Show us your tips. Daggy Beaver with you to look through two big cards from headquarters, Randwick and Flemington in action. Long time no speak, Beaver.
Long time no speak, mates. We're back again, and we're back to look at Saturday's card here. Nice and exciting. Let's hope there's a few winners on the card for the fans.
Let's find some. Let's pay off some Christmas presents, eh? So what have we got? We'll kick off at Randwick with a
We
rail.
do have to, just so you know, Daggy, we do have to help pay off Elliot's speeding fine, mate.
What's he done now?
Oh, mate, going to cricket last weekend. Thought he'd take on the cops and lost.
All right. Well, we'll find a couple of winners for him today. Just to
cheer him
knock
up.
that off. Chin up, Elliot. Lucky it wasn't double demerits. When's that kick in? Next week?
Yeah. He'll be spending a bit of time on the sidelines, let's say that.
Are you picking him up from now on or what?
No, he can walk.
Cow Uber. All right. Well, stay safe, everyone, this holiday period. We'll be sticking around to find winners all the way through.
Drive careful.
Yeah, do that too.
Don't be running late.
Not that you've ever done that, Beaver. Never been late in your life.
All
right. Should we talk about Randwick? Anything else?
Might as well talk about the races.
I don't know what's been happening. It's been a long time. Anyway, we're here to preview some racing for progetracing.com.au. As I said, Randwick, good track. Apparently some drizzle around later tomorrow afternoon. Rail goes up 5 metres. I've treated it as fair for now, but I'll be wary of up the inside throughout the afternoon. We'll keep an eye on that one. But we're kicking off with the 2-year-olds in the first 1,100 metres. Most of the field on debut. And I think we see the nice horse stepping out here. It's a pretty successful colour and jockey combination. Speak of Snapback, Snowden Camp's got the right ones this year. Look to have a mortgage on the Magic Millions coming up soon with some of these 2-year-olds. But J-Max jumping on another good one. Trialled upgrade. It's going to roll forward and be very hard to beat. Money's come for it this morning. The main danger is the blue colours Crucible, which is a big boy that's trialled up okay too. But Snapback on top for me, Beaver. Yeah,
look, I think you're right. It's hard to go past it given the trial forms. Snowden, McDonald, lethal combination with these young horses. So clear on top for me.
Race 2, the 1,400 metre Class 2 highway handicap. Anything you like?
Class 2, no. I was going to let this one go through to the keeper, mate. This was far too hard for me. Not keen on the highways and midways this time of the year.
No, nothing for me here either. Midway is race 3, 1,200 metres. As usual, benchmark 72. I thought there was a couple of options here. And they're the two at the top of the field, actually. Liberty Sun didn't find a great position last time. Had a chase from a long way out. Comes here, I know it's got a bit of weight on its back, but I think runs well here, gets a right run. Gate 11, I'm hoping, can cross and can give you a side around the $9 mark at the moment. From Broken Arrows, who's flying every run. This prep's been pretty good. Drops to midway grade. If we can get a bit out of Karen, I think it runs well as well. Both at an each way price. That's the two I'm keenest to target. With all due respect to the favourite, with your blessing. What do you like?
Yeah, mate, similarly, as I just stated, wasn't keen on this midway at all again. With your blessing, has probably looks the horse to beat, but I was going to let this one go as well.
The fourth is a 2,000 metre benchmark 88. I struggled with this one as well. I think the market's about right, but I didn't quite know which way to put them in order. Now Zoomon's on the drift. If Zoomon gets to around the $5 mark, I think it's a bet. But when I was doing a form last night, they were all around $4. And the only real comment I had was I thought maybe Worsley was slightly peaking on its run last time, so not sure it's the way I want to target. But did you have any clearer thoughts?
Yeah, I went for Zoomon. I just thought, you're right. I thought it was a really tight race and hard to kind of get a line through all of them. And I just thought its form might be a little bit stronger than those. And at the price, I was happy to go with it.
Race 5, 1,000 metre benchmark 78. What do you like here?
Look, again, I've gone for the favourite Alpha One. I think it's a quality horse, speedy horse, 1,000 metres, gate 6. I think definitely suits, and I think it's going to be too hard to catch for some of these. It was pretty good when it resumed last preparation. I think that was down in Melbourne, and ran some nice races in group company. Trial was good. Beat Bowmaster pretty easily, I thought. Can't see it turning the tables on it.
Yeah, form jumps off the page. They were all good runs down in Melbourne. Gets pretty much the lead of this race. It ran Giga Kick to a head last time in, so it all sets up great here. And Trials, as I said, Trials map everything in its favour. Vowmaster, at one stage I might have said it was the best horse in this race, but it's coming off nearly 2 years off, and interesting they've come here instead of going to Canterbury, but we'll watch and learn there. And Shadow Vampire's flying. Probably runs third. Nothing to add? Cool. Race 6, benchmark 72 over the 1,400 metres. This is an interesting race here because the only two I could really entertain are the two at the top here. Estadio Mestella was sent out even money last time and just was not given any chance whatsoever last time out. I think if you backed it, then you've got to jump in here again around a $6 mark with J-Mac going on. I don't think it's going to be back last this time around, and I think it's going to give you a sight. From Arnold, who could be the best horse in the race, was maybe disappointing the back end of last prep. Maybe fresh 1,400 metres is best, but I thought these two were pretty obvious in this race. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right, and I've stuck with Estadio as well. I think it was given no chance last start. I think this will set up better for it, and I think it can run an improved performance, and I expect it to be in the finish.
Cool. The 7, this quaddie is very deep. 1,600 metre benchmark 78 up next. What do you like here?
Yeah, look, again, you're right. This is a little bit trickier here. I settled on Spangler. I thought it was probably the most progressive horse here. Really liked the way that it hit the line at Canterbury last start. I think the Randwick Straight will suit this better. And I think now that's a sort of the mile. It'll have to be snagged back from the 14. So I think that's the way it runs best. Got Dylan Gibbons aboard, gets a 2 kilo claim. So it gets in nicely at 57. It'll get the last shot at him and hopefully be too good. Look, I expect that Navy Seal can run a better race here with the better draw. So I think it's probably a knockout chance as well.
I'm with the same couple. I liked that winner Spangler. I liked the way it flashed home. I'm hoping Randwick's playing fair. We'll know by this time. But I think it's a good each-way bet in a sort of horse that suits this sort of big field, coming down the outside. I was against Kamagui, sort of buried back to the inside. But I agreed with you. I think back to the mile for Naval Seal, and Tim Clark going on. Hopefully, can get straight onto leaders back, and may well give you a nice sight if you're looking away from that. If you're looking for something else, but they were the two main ones for me. Obviously, Akasawa coming out to run tonight, but a tricky race and tricky for the quaddie, as we'll get to later. 1,400 metre handicap is up next, where I'm going to stick with Coal Crusher. Ran okay last time out. All the horses that beat at home ran well in the Ingham last week. I think gets a better setup here from Glen crossing from the wide gate and not a lot of pace underneath it. And will roll forward, and I think it's going to give you a nice sight. It's been backed, I've just noticed, overnight as well. What else do you have to talk about? Zushak's come out. Don't have to talk about it. I might have a place bet on Shameless Miss at a big price, fresh. The stayer resuming at 1,400 metres. Might be one there that I'll throw into a few exotics. But what are you thinking here, Beaver?
I've gone for a bit of value here. I've gone for Shaquero. It resumed around the $12 mark. It was a nice resumption, only a couple of lengths off Chevalier Charles, which I thought wasn't a bad run. And then prior to that, it's ran in Group 2 company behind Private Eye when last in work. I know it finished tailed off there, but this horse had some wraps on it last preparation, ran 7th behind Remark, only beaten 2.5 lengths, and 6 lengths behind Private Eye back last preparation. I think if it can find some of the form and that they think this horse has, I think it's going to be super hard to beat.
Beautiful. Race 9 is benchmark 88 over the 1,200 metres. Do you want to talk about this favourite?
Yeah, there's not much to talk about, I don't think. Just keeps progressing, getting better and better. Jumped to the front last start, gave nothing else a chance. And from gate one, I can't see that changing. Even money, I think, is a good price.
No gate
Get
one
on.
fears here.
No gate one fears here. Like, why won't it lead?
Well, I don't know. The money for Dehorned Unicorn suggests it might, but I don't. I think it's more of a wet tracker, that horse. I haven't really paid much attention to it, but I've just noticed there's been a fair bit of money. I thought on the lead was 3 wide outside IME last time and was quite brave, so will go in my quaddie, but I'm happy to take the money IME. This is on the way to being a group horse. Should win this, all things being equal. Speaking of all things being equal, the last benchmark 78 for the girls. Frumos gets away from gate 1 and gets J-Mac. Is that enough in your favour to jump back on?
It's a pretty good line, I think, here, if that's the case. I mean, J-Mac on board, I don't think we're going to see it get stuck on the fence from gate 6 here. I'd be super surprised. It gets its chance here. It's hard to go past anything else. I'm assuming Jewelry's probably going to come out of this race. So that's probably going to bring Frumos into $1.70, $1.80 mark. But I think he'll be winning.
Yep, agree. And yeah, we'll get our money back on. Hopefully, get some redemption from a couple of weeks ago. Nothing sweet about me. Is one going into my quaddie, fresh and on pace. Could be okay that time of the day. Troll's a bit plain, but I'll forgive that. We got a best in value at Randwick for tomorrow.
Yeah, my best is race 9, number 5, IME, and I think you can back that into race 10, number 6, Frumos. I think they'll be both winning the last 2. And my value bet is race 8, number 10, Shaquero.
I'm going to go with my best as race 5, number 6, Alpha 1. And my value is actually in the midway. I like the 2 I mentioned. Race 3, the top couple, Liberty Sun and Broken Arrows. I think both are a decent price on. Not a bad betting card. I do need to do a quaddie. Thanks to everyone that wrote in and replied to what they want to see in the new year. Seems to be most people might prefer multis, but we'll revisit that come new year and look at how we're going to track that. Keep the feedback coming if you'd prefer us to stick with our weekly quaddies or maybe throw out a treble or a multi each week from both of us. As I look at my quaddie, which remain a mystery because now my phone doesn't want to load. There it is. All right, first leg, 1 French Bonnet, 4 Deficit, 7 has come out, 8 Kamagui, 17 Naval Seal, 6 Spangler should be in there, I should say. Next is 1 Coal Crusher, 3 Amish Boy, 6 has come out, 7 Fox Fighter, 9 Katili, and 11 Shameless Miss. If you're a fan of the Beaver, throw 10 in there just instead of that other one I mentioned. Third leg, 5 I Am Me, 6 on the lead, 11 Hellfest. And you'll come home with 1 Nothing Sweet About Me, 6 Frumos. And that'll do us. About 40, well, it's a bit different now, 30-something% for $100 there. Let's head to Flemington, where the rail is, we're in a good track, bit of drizzle again. Rail True, returning to headquarters for the first time, and a good little betting card. Peter Moody's launched an assault on this card throughout the afternoon, Beaver. Anything that's caught your eye here before we jump into it?
Look, yeah, I think there's a few nice bets here at Flemington, and we'll work through those, and I'll highlight them for you as we go.
Cool. Generally how it works. I don't know why I asked you differently then.
Yeah.
1200 metre benchmark 70. It kicks us off. What's kicking you off?
The Moody car combination here is kicking me off in the first. River Noir. What to like about its first up win. It was only at Maui, but brained them. It won't get under too many guards here, and probably might even start a bit shorter than that. Maybe the knockout horse is the other Moody horse, She Dances. I think they can run the Quinella.
I do too, and I think River Rebel won the trifecta. Blake Shin in a stalking role behind the 2 you mentioned. I think that's the race. 12, 4 and 3 for me in the first. The second is a benchmark 70 as well, and we've got an unbeaten Moody horse starting favourite as again. But I'm looking elsewhere. At the price, I'm going to have something going. I don't like the inside gate, but I do like the form around No Way Ever. Already a winner up the straight and has run close behind the likes of Passive Aggressive and Najmati, who obviously will be hard to beat in this race. And around the $10 mark, I think's a nice play here. Scared of Cattell, but Carleen Heffel in town. Don't really want to take $2.50. But still, I think they're the two main chances. What are you diving into?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. The winning form is good form for these types of races. I think they can both run well. I went for a little bit of value here. I looked at number 11, Star Leah, around the $10 mark. Oliver aboard was scratched yesterday, I think it was, for this, and its last run was a couple of lengths behind Vermentino, which I think is a very good horse. So I'm tipping that it can run well.
Perfect. Yeah, follow Vermentino. I assume it comes to Saturday in a couple of weeks. That was another nice win on Wednesday afternoon. Race 3, benchmark 84 over the mile. I'm sticking with Aaron Bay here. It was a pretty good win last time. I thought it was quite brave. Winning last time out, was given none sitting wide first up, but gets close to control this race and has to really stalk Typhoon Harmony on the map, and I think it's going to be very hard to beat. From Beltoro through the same line, now gets inside gate, and Damien Oliver hit the line well last time out, but I think they're the two. I'm just going a little bit away from pounding, but am I wrong, Beaver?
I was going away from pounding myself. I think Aaron Bay is going to be super hard to beat, but I stuck with Unanimous from the Mar Eustace stable. I thought it was an excellent run, finishing off and just not getting past El Redondo last start over the 1600. I think El Redondo would probably start favourite in this race. And then prior to that, had some form not far off French Emperor, and has won at Flemington as well previously, beating Gunstock with the sting out of the ground. But I think he can run well here.
Cool. The fourth is another benchmark 70 over the 1,800 metres. One of the trickier races on the card. What did you like?
Yeah, look, I didn't really like this race at all. I think there's a lot of things that could win this. I probably just went for Desperado because from the Mar Eustace stable, but I thought it comes here, had its first Australian start and won well. I think it'll have derived a lot of benefit from that, and I think the fact that it goes from 1,400 to 1,800 is a good sign. So I add it on top. Could be a horse to follow.
Yeah, it was a nice win. I spent a lot of time in this race and couldn't work out whether I wanted to back Hawkesbury form coming to Flemington or not. So the only bet I'm going to have at this current price is going to be number 13 Hollywood Park at $15. 4 kilo claimer comes off. Luke Nolan goes on after it was unlucky, we'll say, last time out. Flemington suits, stable flying, and it's $15. So I'm going to play around that way. I agree Desperado is probably a horse on the up, main danger. And if John O'Shea comes out and wins this race, that wouldn't surprise me. So big day for the Moody Yard at this stage. Race 5, benchmark 84. It continues because they've rolled out Invincible Caviar here, probably due to come to town at the right time as well, after a couple of nice wins either side of being lame. But my best result in this race is going to be My Yankee Girl. I thought it was pretty good, stuck wide first up. I like Shin staying on, and I like the fact it's drawn out at this stage up the straight and around the $8.50. Did have a couple of nice runs up the straight last time in behind Cur Royale and then won. So at the price, happy to play it on top. Interested to see the upside that Invincible Caviar brings, and obviously Snapper's going to run well at the price again. I think they're the very main ones. Didn't quite know what to do with Munamek, so I decided to ignore it. You?
I've gone for Munamek.
Okay, tell me why.
I like it. I like its form. This preparation. It's first up. It beat El Rocco. Finished off really nicely. Ran third. Could have almost won at Caulfield. Got well back and finished from near last to finish third. Flemington was only beaten a length by Detonator Jack, who we know how well it's going. And then the start after that ran third in a race where Greenfly won and detonated Jack and was in the wrong part of the track. So I think its form is really good and lines up really well for this. It does have Ollie aboard in gate 1. I think it could just get the trail behind the pace here, and as long as it gets a run at the right time, I just think it might be too good.
No, fair enough. The fresh coming back from 14 and inside up the straight fell a little bit icky, but all due respect for that. Race 6, 2,600 metres, listed race, I believe. JRA Trophy. Speaking of a bit icky, is there anything you want to be ploughing into in this staying gala?
Nothing I'd want to be ploughing into at all. I'm just going to go with the best horse in the race, which is probably Passan. We saw Down Declare, who hadn't won in a long time, win a pretty mediocre Zipping Classic. Passan ran third. It was a pretty decent run, and based on that, I think it's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, I've got it on top. I think it's almost the further I got into this race, the more it looked obvious. I thought that was its best. I like the fact it was able to lead, and the two horses it did beat at home are Group 1 winners. So it stacks up well here. Not a lot of pace, not a lot of opposition. I think it is clearly a horse to beat, actually. Race 7, the Kensington Stakes, perhaps a little bit disappointing for a 1,000-metre listed race as well, but Rose Quartz comes up as favourite, and that's the way I'm going to go. It's nice horse. It's come back pretty well this time out. Nice run behind Jigsaw, and this race looks like a 9.55 at Moonee Valley, and it's better than that. So sticking with it. I like Mickey D's flying at the moment as well.
Yeah, look, the two horses I've tipped elsewhere that have been scratched from this to start elsewhere, so that's a good line for those horses to run well there. I've gone for Rose Quartz as well. Seems to like the Flemington straight again up the inside here. Hopefully that's an okay part of the track. No reason it won't be. Just like how this sets up for it, and clear on top pick for me.
Race 8 is another handicap, 1,400 metres. What's on top for you here?
Yeah, good little race here. I'm going to stick with Ungawa. I said it was a good chance last start in the race where these two met. I had them the other way round, corner pocket, and I said Ungawa was the one you definitely want to save on. I'm going to go the other way this time. I just thought Ungawa was the better run. And I think, assuming they both improve by similar accounts, I think it's going to be hardest to beat. I think the extra 200 metres suits Ungawa probably even a little bit more. Gate 2 compared to Gate 13. Not quite sure why the prices are not a little bit closer in the market, and at $6, that's why I've gone Ungawa.
I've gone the other way round, just going on fitness and at the 1,400 metre being back in corner pockets favour. Pet distance for corner pocket. Ungawa yet to win there, but has run well enough and did hit the line very strongly. I do think they're the two key chances. I was, again, a bit surprised there was as much between them as, like you said, but I am going to flip. I'm going to go corner pocket on top from Ungawa, and that's about it. A lot of these I don't have much time for anymore. Race 9, 1,400 metre benchmark, 70. Well, this is tricky stuff. Was there anything here for you, Beaver?
This was very tricky stuff. I went for two sort of down in the market a little bit. I've gone for number 17 Micro. Thought that wasn't a bad run. First up behind what looks to be a pretty good horse at Randwick. So when they take him down to Melbourne, we know this type of form stacks up well, and so I think it can run really well, about the $7 mark. And I thought the win first up from Jennifer Wish was good enough, beat Forbidden City, who came out and won after that. So I think it can run well, and I think $13 isn't a bad price, but very open affair, and hopefully we can grab something that'll give us some money into the quaddie.
I'm sticking with Peter Moody. I'm sticking with Victory Bay here. That last time out it's going Emily Posman off, Luke Nolan on. If you go back and watch that run, I don't know how she didn't fall off the horse, the 4-kilo claimer there. Bouncing up and down and looking like she was on a carousel, but now gets Luke Nolan, who has ridden a Group 1 or 2, so I think improves 3 lengths off that, and that'll win this race. From the blue colours, I like what you said about Micro, and I like Indifference, who never really got a crack back to the inside last time out at Moonee Valley, but will run well again here. I'll throw in a boost star and a quaddie, my quaddie, when we get to that. But give me your quaddie, Beaver.
My quaddie is first leg, race 6. Number 1, Passan. Number 3, Noble Heights. Number 4, Cormorant. And number 7, Winnifer. The second leg, race 7, I have gone number 2, Esta La Roca. Number 3, Pass the Fall. Number 6, Rose Court. In the third leg, race 8, I've gone number 1, Corner Pocket. Number 2, Morvada. Number 9, Umgawa. And number 11, Knight's Passage. And to finish off, I have gone down in the numbers here. Number 12, Victory Bay. Number 15, Indifference. Number 17, Micro. Number 16, Jennifer Wish. Number 14, Jiu-Jitsu.
Beauty. Have you got a best and value?
Yeah, I do. My value bet comes up in race 8, number 9, Umgawa. I think it provides the best value on the day. And my best bet comes up in race 7, number 6, Rose Quartz.
I don't make my best to be Peter Gordon Moody. I think he's going to have a good day out. But race 6, number 1, not trained by said Moody, Passan, and it looks the obvious winner in that one. Value, race 4, number 13, Hollywood Park. And race 5, number 7, I think my Yankee Girl runs well up the straight again. Anything in Queensland? On the road?
Yeah, got a few up in Queensland for us to follow up there, mates. Race 4, number 14, Fashion Legend. That's my first bet. Good value there. A shorty but a goodie, race 5, number 1, Kovalaka.
Big win last time, wasn't it? That was very impressive.
Yeah, huge win there. I think it can run well. Race 7, number 2, Hollyfield. Race 8, number 4, Golden Boom. They're my 4 picks on the day.
It's a good little card there at Eagle Farm.
Good little card. Nice race in the last as well. I think a couple of decent horses coming back there.
Beautiful. Good job, Beaver. Thanks for sticking around.
You're welcome.
Punters, what's that, 37 races in an hour we've just done, so I'm going for a lie down.
I've got a bit out myself.
Take care, guys. Stick to the speed limits this holiday period and check out progetracing.com.au for more. See you soon.